Hello everyone, welcome back to the Java tutorials. These tutorials are brought to you by Jdk Technologies and Services. In this video, we are going to see that how can we install the necessary softwares to run Java on our system. So first of all, what we need to do is make sure that we install two things on our system. These two things are, the first one is the Java Jdk. This is Java Jdk, who is also known as the Java SE Jdk or the Java Standard Edition Development Kit. If you remember, the Java Standard Edition is one of the popular Java platforms which we understood about in our introductory videos. So this is the thing that contains all the necessary information that help us to just install and run Java on our system. Once we have installed this development kit, we will be good to go with running Java on our system. But to write Java programs, we need something, preferably a text editor or an IDE. So any kind of text editor can be used for this purpose. If you are going to work with a text editor, then even a notepad is a valid text editor. So notepad can also be used to write Java programs. But in case you are wondering about IDE, so the popular ones in the case of Java are Eclipse Ide and the IntelliJ IDE. So these are the two popular IDEs in which we can just write the code of Java. So IDE basically stands for the Integrated Development Environment. It is the environment that allows us to write the programs, to edit them and to compile them. So basically whatever operations you want to perform in any program, you can just do that with the help of IDE. So in this tutorial, we will be working with the IDEs. Why? Because IDEs are very helpful whenever we are trying to write the code. And since I'm assuming that you all are beginners, because this course is aimed at beginners, so the IDEs will give you the necessary insights into just working with the code of any programming language. So first of all, we will start with installing JDK on our system. Let's see how we install it. So this is the link that you need to follow for downloading the JDK. This is for the official Oracle website. If you remember, Oracle is having the Sun microsystem as its subsidiary. So I already told you in the introductory video that whatever you want to do with Java, it's all official information is found on the Oracle website. In case you are wondering how to get to this link, what you can do is just go to Oracle Windows Java download, or if you are using a Mac operating system, you can just go with Mac over here. And this is the first link that you can follow. You can simply just click on it and you will be taken to this page, which is the Java Standard Edition Development Kit page, right? Now, in order to download the JDK, what you need to do is just follow this link of JDK download. Now, what this link will do, it will just redirect it, your browser into this kind of a page, which is the Java SE Development Kit 15 downloads page. Java SE Development Kit 15 is the latest version at the time of recording this video, but in case you're working with some other version, or if you're getting some other version written over here, then don't worry, it may be the latest version. You can just go with it. Now, if you just come down here, we have these different kinds of products or the descriptions where it means that there are these different operating systems on which the Java can run. That is why we have got JDK for different kinds of systems. Although Java is platform independent, but JDK is not. So the JDK is platform dependent. You need to know your platform well. You need to know your operating system well before just starting to work with this JDK, right? So Windows 64 is what I'm going to go with. Why? Because Windows is my operating system and 64 is the 64-bit operating system. There are two versions, either the 32-bit or the 64-bit, but I'm going with the 64-bit because that's my Windows version. In order to check the Windows version, what you can do is you can just go to this PC, and in this PC we have we can just right click and go to properties. Okay, in this properties panel you will be able to see the version of your Windows. in the system type. In the system information, we have system type, so 64-bit operating system. So make sure you are using the correct link to download. This is the one. Now there are two links in the Windows 64 version itself, and this is one is the exe file and the other is the zip file. So I'm just going to download this exe file real quick. I can just accept this thing, the agreement, and click on download. Now I need to wait for a few seconds till the download asks me for the path. So whatever path you want, you can just store your setup over there only. And as you can see, I have already downloaded it, so I'm not going to download it again, but you need to download it for your PC. So it is around 160 MB in size. It's going to take a few minutes to 3 minutes depending upon your internet speed to download JDK. Now once you have downloaded JDK, it is required to install it. Let's see how can we install it. So here is our location, and this is actually the JDK that we have downloaded. You can just double click on it so that its installation starts. Now what you need to do is we need to wait for a few seconds till the installation has started. Here you can see that the software is already installed on my computer, but I will just click on reinstall so that I can show you the installation process. But since you are going to download it for the first time on your PC, so all these things will not happen, because what this JDK is doing, it is first removing the version that I already have on my PC. Then it is trying to reinstall it. So we just wait for a few seconds till it's been removed. Now after removing, I have got this installer, but in your case you will be directly going to get this installer. So for this installer, you can simply click on next. This is a folder that is where all our Java programs or information will be stored. If you want to change it, you can just go on to click this button change. Otherwise you can simply click on next. Then what happens is this JDK is going to take a few minutes to install on your system. So you need to wait for that much amount of time, and once it's done, it will show you an end screen. Okay. Then after installing this JDK, we also need to do a few settings on our PC. So we just wait for a few seconds till it's being completed, its installation. Then we can begin with changing the settings of our PC so that we are able to run Java smoothly. Okay, so now what happens is our installation has been complete. Once it's complete, what you can do is just click on close. Now once you have installed the JDK, you need to just check that whether it is installed or not by going into the command prompt. So in case you are wondering how to open it, you can just go into the search bar and type cmd and your command prompt would be opened. In the command prompt, whatever path you get, all you need to do is type Java C. This stands for Java compiler actually. So here you can see that I'm getting all this information, but you may not get it. So you don't need to worry, because this information is present once you just set some variables, and these variables are known as the environment variables. So let's see that how can we work with them. Again, with the environment variables, you need to go to this PC, right click and go to properties. Now in the properties tab, you have this something called advanced system settings. You can just go to advanced system settings. In the advanced system settings, you can see this is the advanced tab. In the advanced tab, we have environment variables option. You can just go to environment variables. And in these environment variables, we have a variable that is known as path. So you can see this is a system variables. So this is the path variable which we want to work with. So you can click on edit. Here you can see that we have these different paths. These all paths help us to work with these different kinds of things, right? So I have already set my path for Java, but for you, you need to set it for the first time, because that is the first time that you are using Java on your PC. So how can you do that? First of all, we need to copy the path, right? So to copy it, we can just go to this C drive. In the C drive, we have something called as program files. In the program files folder, you can just search for, you can see there are these different folders available, and you need to just search for the Java folder. Here is it. Here you can see I have got so many versions of JDK, but JDK 15 was the version that we just installed. So you can just go to JDK 15, and this is the bin version, or inside the JDK bin. If you see, we have got this Java application. So this is the whole path that you need to work with. So how can we work with these paths is what we will see in the next video. That's all for this video. Thanks for watching.